From Colorado's news leader, this is 9 News at 10.
Want to be able to tell as soon as possible whether this is anthrax.
Delays can cost lives, but now researchers have come up with an anthrax test that takes only minutes. Good evening. I'm Adele Arakawa.
I'm Jim Benemann. It is good news to report as America comes to grips with anthrax. 21 people around the country have been diagnosed with anthrax since the scare began. 4 have died. Anthrax is curable, but diagnosing it has taken several days. In some cases, it won't with the new test. 9 News reporter Heidi Collins joining us from the newsroom. Heidi, the test will be available very soon.
November 9th, Jim. That's when the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota says the test will be available at select laboratories across the country. Mayo scientists and a Switzerland-based company called Roche Diagnostics developed the test, which will significantly reduce the time it takes to identify anthrax. But because there hasn't been a large population of people with the disease, the test has only been proven in the lab. Even so, scientists are excited about the prospect.
We have found the test to be extremely accurate in the laboratory setting. We are confident that the test can accurately identify the presence of anthrax in human blood or in environmental samples in under an hour. And in fact, the actual analysis, once you receive the sample, is around 30 minutes.
Now, the reason why the test will be so much faster is because it eliminates the need to send off the samples to laboratories that might be far away. Tests that are being used right now require growing enough of the organism to examine, and that can take up to a full day. Then scientists study the bacterial growth and send it off to Centers for Disease Control for confirmation. With the new test, everything can be done right on site. Jim?
Sounds good. Thanks, Heidi.
Investigators continue to search for clues as friends and family bury another victim of anthrax. 61-year-old Kathy Nguyen died on Wednesday. Her funeral was today. Nguyen worked at a hospital in Manhattan. Traces of anthrax were found in her mailbox. It's the only clue how she might have come into contact with the bacteria. She had the inhaled form of anthrax, which is potentially fatal. A postal worker in New Jersey has recovered from inhalation anthrax. 56-year-old Norma Wallace went home today after a 17-day hospital stay. Along with doctors and nurses, she celebrated with a cake and balloons. Wallace worked at the Hamilton post office. 3 anthrax-laced letters sent to Washington and New York went through that facility. Wallace says she is thankful to be alive and wants her survival to show others there is hope in the face of a deadly disease.
I'm just glad I recovered. I really am. I can't put it any other way. I'm just glad that I recovered.
Life on Capitol Hill gradually returns to normal. The Longworth House office building reopened all but 3 offices today. It had been closed since October 17th. That's the same day a letter with anthrax was sent to Senator Tom Daschle at the Hart Building. It remains closed. A plan to decontaminate it with chlorine dioxide gas has been scrapped. Scientists weren't sure it would work. It is not clear when the building will reopen.
The security breach at O'Hare International Airport in Chicago has raised even more concerns about airport safety. A man passed through a security checkpoint at O'Hare over the weekend with 7 knives like these, a can of mace, and a stun gun. The items were found by a United Airlines employee who searched the man's carry-on before he boarded the plane. There's the suspect. He had just gone through an X-ray machine where 2 other knives were confiscated. Aviation experts say this proves there are still serious security issues.
Airport security today, especially baggage screening, is a scam. It's a total scam. It's there to mislead people. Having a National Guardsman standing there totally useless while stun guns get through.
United Airlines pays Argenbright to handle security at O'Hare. That's the same company that does it at DIA. Because of this incident, any passenger with an item that's confiscated will automatically be searched. The nation's transportation secretary is furious with United, saying the airline might get a heavy fine. The suspect is in this country on an expired visa. He's now facing federal charges. U.S. forces in Afghanistan unleashed a new weapon tonight. It's called the Daisy Cutter bomb, the world's largest conventional bomb. Ammonium nitrate mixes with aluminum to create a watery mixture that ignites above the ground and vaporizes everything within 600 yards. Also tonight, the U.S. is acknowledging 5 advisors are coordinating the efforts of Northern Alliance rebels fighting the Taliban. Be sure to stay with us for updates on the anthrax and the attacks. We'll break into programming if events warrant, and you can always visit our website at www.9news.com.
Police arrested one of their own last night after he barricaded himself in his home. Several police officers had to use rubber bullets and a police dog to subdue the officer. Lieutenant Doug Gem from Denver Police District 4 is under observation for 72 hours. Ironically, he is the #1 candidate on a long list of officers for promotion to captain for Denver Police. More than 5,000 parents who live in Denver and owe child support could find their cars have gotten the boot. Denver City Council passed a new ordinance tonight. It gives Denver Human Services the power to boot a vehicle or even sell it if the owner owes more than $2,000 in child support. 9 News reporter Cheryl Preheim is at the City and County building. Cheryl, this goes into effect in March.
March 1st, Adele, and the Denver Human Services Department says this program will help them target deadbeat parents, moms, and dads who have the money to pay child support but don't. You've seen them, the boot. They usually paralyze cars with outstanding tickets, but this spring the boot will be a weapon against thousands of deadbeat parents in Denver.
Unfortunately, it's a tremendous problem.
We're looking at probably around $6,000 right now.
It's a problem Cheryl Fontaine stares down every day.
Wondering where I'm going to be able to afford her next meal or school clothes or shoes.
Cheryl says Trisha's dad hasn't paid support in 5 months. She thinks the boot program would change that.
I thought it was great because how else are you going to get these people to pay? They're not doing it voluntarily.
Denver City Council hopes the bill will force fathers and mothers who owe money to face their responsibilities.
We have some loving and caring parents who pay faithfully, but for those 13,000 that do not, we've identified 5,000 we believe would be appropriate for a booting review.
Booting a vehicle would be a last resort. Human Services would first try to garnish wages and suspend someone's driver's license. Then they'd notify a parent that the car would be booted. If they still don't pay, the car will be sold. If the boot isn't enough, imagine a big sign across the windshield that reads, "Seized for failure to pay child support." Human Services is hoping that a combination of inconvenience and humiliation will make deadbeat parents pay up.
It's about the children and families who are not getting support, who deserve support and who have court-ordered support.
Now, if the booting program is a success in the city and county of Denver, Adele, Human Services hopes eventually it could be expanded to the state of Colorado.
And we understand the same program is being used in Virginia?
Yeah, in fact, that's the program that Denver modeled itself after. And there, in just 1 year, that booting program brought in $500,000, so they're hoping for the same success here.
Cheryl Preheim, thanks.
Tomorrow is Election Day, and it's too late to mail in your ballot. It won't get to the elections office in time. Nearly half the counties in the state are using mail-in ballots this year. Your ballot will still count, however, if you drop it off at your city or county offices tomorrow. Or if you live in a county where polling places will be open, just vote there. A last-minute challenge to the monorail measure has failed. Opponents were challenging a few thousand of the signatures that put the measure on the ballot. It calls for spending $50 million to test the monorail system. Supporters hope the test will show the viability of a track from DIA to Eagle County to ease the traffic congestion along I-70. If the measure passes, the money would come from the state's existing surplus. New Yorkers will pick a new mayor tomorrow. Term limits will push Rudy Giuliani out. He's supporting Republican Michael Bloomberg. Former President Clinton campaigned today with Democrat Mark Green. Polls are showing the race is a dead heat.
Expect another drop in interest rates tomorrow. The Federal Reserve meets in the morning. It is expected to approve the 10th cut in interest rates this year. Experts predict a half-point cut in the federal funds rate, which is the rate banks charge each other for overnight loans. Investor expectations about a rate cut helped fuel the stock market today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 117.5 points. The NASDAQ finished the day with a 48% increase, or point increase, rather.
Mike Nelson is here. Another gorgeous day.
It was a gorgeous day. Pretty nice tonight, too. Had some reports of northern lights.
Yes, many reports.
A lot of people calling in. If you want more information about it, we have some info on the website. You want to go to 9news.com, and you'll see the headline right there when you first get in there. And you can click in for some great websites, some links, tell you all about the northern lights. You might want to also check your National Geographic magazine. Good magazine. This month they have an excellent article on it. All right, here's some high temperatures across the state today, and they weren't too bad. Our readings climbing up into the 70s on the plains, 60s in the mountains, way above normal for this time of year. And one of the reasons why, a lot of clear sky to start the day. There has been an increase in clouds from the southwest as part of a weak storm system that's starting to develop. That storm will eventually bring us cooler weather and a few showers. This is the biggest story today, and that is Hurricane Michelle. Let me take you to Nassau in the Bahamas. And this was the scene early this morning as the storm swept through there. It's now pushed past the Bahamas out into the open Atlantic. Winds are down to about 85 miles per hour. Still a strong storm, but there's not too many places in the way of it now. Out here in the 9 backyard, our weather nice and pretty. Our evening started out that way with a lovely shot of the sunset. Put it in the time lapse for you. Just a few scattered clouds out there to end our day. Top temperature today in Denver climbing up into the lower 70s. We started out at 41. Normals are 73 and 3, right, or 76 and 3 rather for the record. Right now in Denver, our current temperature has cooled back to 53. That's not exactly cool for this time of year though. Southwest winds at 12. Here in the backyard currently, temperatures under mostly clear skies are holding up at 46. 52 at Fort Collins, 41 at Greeley, and 57 at Boulder. Tomorrow, another nice day coming up for us. But after that, this frontal system will move by Wednesday night into Thursday, bring us a little bit of cooler weather, a few scattered showers, but certainly not a major storm. So your outlook looks pretty good. For tonight, as we look over that fading crescent moon, I guess you could say, tonight's forecast calling for mainly clear skies. Low temperature dropping down to 41 degrees. And for tomorrow, good-looking day, 68, partly cloudy. A few showers come in for Wednesday and early Thursday. Might even see a few flakes of snow in the foothills early Thursday. But after that, back to mild weather. And the long range, Jim and Adele, into next week looks like mainly mild and dry weather across the state of Colorado. So that big winter storm isn't coming anytime soon.
Wow.
Back to you.
Thanks, Mike.
That's it for us. Next, Broncos Raiders, a rivalry for the ages.
If you have a news tip, tell us about it. Go to 9news.com and press the 9 News tip button or call us at 303-871-9100.
Later on an all-new Tonight Show, Sarah Michelle Gellar gets busted by Freddie Prinze Jr.
You're in so much trouble, mister.
Plus, from the World Series champion Arizona Diamondbacks, Randy Johnson, and headlines.
Birthing chair, professional or for recreational use.
Then on Conan, Reese Witherspoon and Paul Rudd tonight.
I love my job. Great window office. Get to help people and give them money.
20's okay, Mrs. B.
Let's just say going to the bank isn't something people usually look forward to doing. So I try to make it fun.
Sammy, so nice to see you and your sister.
She's not my sister.
Morning, Bill.
Hi, Steve. Can I get...
Can't hear you.
I said, can I get...
Just kidding.
If I can make people smile, I had a great day at work.
Nice pen, Mrs. Miller. Woo.
Cheese. Some say it's the heart and soul of a perfect pizza. That's why Papa John's uses 100% real cheese. It costs us a little more, us, not you, but the taste is definitely worth it. That's one reason why Papa John's is now the fastest growing pizza company in America. Call and we'll deliver all the delicious reasons right to your door. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
It's Papa John's Pick 3. Pick up to 3 of your favorite toppings on a large pizza for just $9.99.
You've got a lot to remember. So many things, it all starts to blend together. So 9 News and Verizon Wireless want to make one thing easy. If you have a news story or see breaking news happening, just dial #9 with your Verizon Wireless phone to go straight to the 9 Newsroom. This service is provided by 9 News and Verizon Wireless, America's largest wireless company with unsurpassed nationwide coverage. #9. It's an easy call. For more information on wireless phones and calling plans, visit a Verizon Wireless communication store near you.
9 News salutes Bob Johnson, this month's recipient of the 9 Who Care Award. 5 years ago, Bob had a vision to start a ministry for children. Since then, Pastor Bob has been holding a church service every Sunday for homeless children and children who were once homeless. He picks them up and takes them to a recreation center where he gives an uplifting service and feeds them lunch. During the week, Pastor Bob helps children and adults who are going through tough times. 9 News and Conoco congratulate outstanding volunteer Bob Johnson, winner of the 9 Who Care Award.
Mom, Dad, it's Saturday night, right? So we were thinking we could just stay home and spend some quality time and, you know, that we could do
a puzzle.
Yeah.
That's not natural, but Oak Express is. Save big on real wood furniture throughout the store during this event and make no payments for 1 year. In Denver, Aurora, Lakewood, and all along the Front Range.
Would you like to see my puzzle tattoo?
No.
Sure.
There's one brand of truck strong enough to carry the American spirit. Chevrolet. And right now, get 0% financing on every new truck we build. 0% on Chevy Suburban. 0% on Chevy Tahoe. SUVs designed to give you all the power you need. And you can own one, interest-free. Keep America rolling. See your Colorado Chevy dealer today.
From Colorado Sports Leader, this is a special edition of 9 News Sports. Now here's Mackey.
There are a lot of so-called rivalry games, but the Raiders-Broncos is the real deal. Oakland's every team's big game, but against the Broncos, the feeling is mutual. Better be. The Broncos, of course, have beaten the Raiders 7 straight times. It will not reach 8. We go to the board and see that Oakland is beating up on the Broncos right now with about 3 minutes to go. 38-20 your score. Brian Greasy is on the bench with a pair of interceptions. Gus Farad is in. Denver will fall to 4-4, 2.5 games in back of the Raiders, 1 in back of San Diego. The Chargers will be in town on Sunday. Well, tonight's Monday night game was probably the most watched Bronco game of the season, but not everyone had it tuned in. As Blake Olson reports, football's been put on the back burner for former Bronco Gerald Wilhite.
For 7 years, former Bronco running back Gerald Wilhite experienced his share of injuries on the football field.
I've had so many knee surgeries. I still got a torn anterior cruciate, tore my medial collateral ligament, my lateral collateral ligament, my medial meniscus, my lateral meniscus, broke my tibia and fibula in 3 places. I broke both scapulas. I broke my AC joint. I broke my fingers. You know, I broke my big toe. I broke my jaw. When you think back, it's like, was it really worth it? To me, it wasn't.
It took Wilhite 5 years to put football behind him mentally, and believe it or not, he has not watched a football game in 13 years.
I was kind of bitter when I left. You know, I felt like I said, I still felt like I could play, and it was a big adjustment for me, and I said, you know what, the best way for me to deal with it was to not watch it. And by me not watching it, it kind of helped me get through the process.
Until this year, his 13-year-old teenage twin daughters, Randy and Ryan, did not even know their father played in the NFL.
And they go, you play for the real Denver Broncos? I said, yeah. And they go, we didn't know that because we don't talk about it. We don't watch football at my house. So I'm like, oh, wow. So I pulled out some old tapes, and then it got me back into it. I was excited. I was feeling it. All of a sudden, the blood started pumping again. It was like, wow, that's me. And then I showed them, and now everybody at school knows, and they're like, Dad, we're cool now, you know.
How appropriate. His twins flipped out over their father playing for the Broncos, even though they didn't exactly flip when they found out that number 47 used to do flips after he scored touchdowns.
They're not amazed at me doing backflips because they do them, and it's easy for them. So they don't look at it like, wow. They look at it like, okay, I can do that. They do them. They're gymnasts.
Gerald, Blake, thank you. And don't forget, as soon as the Bronco game is over, we'll bring you the highlights, plus go into the locker room alive with Tony Zarrella. All right, let's flash back now 24 hours to Sunday night football. The Jets and Saints, far from the draw of a Broncos-Raiders game, but it did have one scene that will not soon be forgotten, Kyle Turley's tantrum. The Saints tackle took offense to Damian Robinson grabbing his quarterback's face mask. A shoving match ensued. Turley, that is, emerged with the Jets helmet, which he proceeded to chuck downfield, or sort of downfield. Surely a fine and perhaps a suspension to come. More football now, college football. The latest BCS ratings are out, and now Nebraska and Miami are number 1 and 2. Last week, it was the Huskers and Sooners. And what about the Buffs? CU up to number 21 in the latest AP poll, number 20 according to the coaches. The Buffs in Ames Saturday to take on Iowa State. The Rams in action Thursday night against Air Force. CSU still playing for a postseason appearance. The Rams need to win out to go bowling.
We love to beat Air Force. I know that they like to beat us, and there's just like we like to beat everybody else, but maybe a little bit more in this game. I think this rivalry, maybe because of all the close games, has meant more to our players of recent years than the Wyoming game.
Let's talk a little baseball. Not only was this one of the best World Series of all time, it was also one of the highest rated games. Last night's game, one of the most watched, how about the most watched in the last 10 years at least. And it was a game even more improbable than the two in New York with those home runs at the end. After all, nobody beats Mariano Rivera. The Yankees closer had converted 23 straight postseason saves. until last night when Luis Gonzalez delivers the game winner of baseball's best closer. The Yankees dynasty is done.
In order to beat him, you got to get a little bit lucky, and we got lucky. He made an error, and then we got a couple of base hits off of Mariano Rivera. I can't believe it. That's, you know, it's like winning in the bottom of the ninth off God.
I'm not perfect, you know, and well, I was trying to do my best. Couldn't happen today, you know. Unfortunately, it was a big game today, so yes, couldn't finish it up.
Baseball to basketball, and bad news for Dan Issel. Though it could have been much worse, the Nuggets head coach fined $7,500 today for this scene Saturday night against the Kings. Issel was teed up twice and then tossed, but he also touched the referee, and that's a no-no. But he was only fined. Dan Issel will not be suspended. Broncos update, they have just scored. It is now 38-28. They did not get the onside kick, so this thing all but over. When we come back, we'll have highlights and go live into the locker room, so stay with us.
9 Weather and the Automated Weather Source are brought to you by your Colorado Chevy dealers.
There's one brand of truck strong enough to carry the American spirit. Chevrolet. And right now, get 0% financing on every new truck we build, like Chevy Silverado. With the power of a V8 engine, it was designed to serve a country that never quits. And you can own one, interest-free. Keep America rolling. See your Colorado Chevy dealer today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gary Shapiro. Coming up on 9 News in the Morning, it's Election Day. How did we do with those mail-in ballots? Will we see results sooner? Also, Olympic speed skating star Bonnie Blair will join us and will answer your questions about mortgages. We'll see you in the morning.
You want to tell me what made you a criminal? What made you a criminal? Nothing made me a criminal. I am a criminal.
Broke his tire and cops are looking for him.
I got to get out of town. I got to go. You've just become more trouble than you're worth. I hate to do anything as dramatic as count to 3, but 1, 2, 3.
Gene Hackman, Danny DeVito, in a film by David Mamet.
He's so cool when he goes to bed, sheep count him.
Heist, rated R, starts Friday.
If you're not you, who are you? You could be this man, or this woman, or her as a him. Identity theft is the fastest growing crime, and the thief's best weapon? Bureaucracy. This man obtained over 40 driver's licenses. Even he got confused about who he was and signed the wrong name. But that didn't stop the DMV from handing over the license. Tomorrow on 9 News at 10, will new technology protect your money and your identity?
Italian people are known the world over for their appreciation of timeless beauty and style. That's why Sofamart is excited to announce a special purchase from Natuzzi, Italy's finest maker of leather furniture. Thousands of pieces of Natuzzi leather furniture were originally destined for home life stores, but because of their closing, Sofamart has negotiated unbelievable discounts. And while supplies last, you'll also get no payments and no interest for 1 full year. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Save now on Natuzzi leather furniture.
In Denver, Aurora, Lakewood, and Fort Collins. Listen to Cozy 101 for the most music. Cozy 101. Number 1 for the most music. Cozy 101.
Need a bigger garage? Well, here's something that could help. Combine your home and auto insurance with Allstate, and you could save some serious cash. To find out how, contact the Good Hands Network at 1-800-ALLSTATE. If you're looking to save, call 1-800-ALLSTATE today.
News wants to hear from you. Use our phone, fax, and email address or visit our website at www.9news.com. 9 News listens.
Well, nothing lasts forever. The Diamondbacks proved that by beating the Yankees last night. Tonight, the Raiders finally beat the Broncos. That 7-game Raider win streak against the Raiders, that is, it's now a thing of the past. The final score, 38-28. the Broncos fall to 4-4. Well, the Broncos have 2 Super Bowl trophies, 6 AFC championships, but not one Hall of Famer. Not yet. Elway will be eligible soon, but there was a Hall of Famer in town recently, and Blake Olson caught up with him.
Call it silent killer because nothing hurt. And I could have gone the rest of my life, man. I was happy I had a 36-inch waistline, and I looked good. And inside, I was kicking like a time bomb. You didn't know it.
So these days, Deacon's raising awareness about high blood pressure through the Have a Heart program and helping himself.
I dropped about 72 pounds, made some lifestyle changes. My diet is better, and I took the salt and stuff out of the diet. And, you know, I live comfortably. I take 1 pill a day.
Ironically, when Deacon played, he did not have a heart on the football field. That's what made him great. He invented the term sack and changed the way the game is played.
I mastered it. Ain't no question about that. I did things in this game that will always be remembered. I'm very thrilled about that. But to take it to another level by leaving it with jargon that will be used from now on, sacking the quarterback.
Deacon also invented the head slap. He was as tough as they come and laughs about how teams today practice because it was different during his time.
Practice was gruesome, man. I mean, we went through one scrimmage on Wednesday, 118 plays. Came right back Saturday with 120 plays. And we only had 5 defensive linemen in training camp. So, I mean, but it made me a better football player, okay? It made me mean. It made me execute better because I worked at it, you know? You practice, you play better. And the harder you practice, the tougher you become. So I played almost injury-free my whole career.
This Hall of Famer never left any quarterback off his hate list. How many did he dislike?
All of them. There's no getting a little bit pregnant in this business. You either hate them all or you don't hate none of them. So, I mean, I don't try to measure pain. Every man I hit went down in front of me, and every man I hit, I tried to kill him. Well, desire, teamwork, hard work, pride, determination, competitive spirit, and the main thing is I hated quarterbacks. Still do to this day.
Could have used them tonight, huh? We're coming right back with Broncos Raiders highlights. Stay with us.
Today, the typical teenager is more comfortable with computers than the average working adult. Any guess who could be your boss one day? DeVry can give the bachelor's degree you already have a much-needed boost with the latest in high-tech learning. In just 1 year, you can have a degree in information technology, along with the high-tech skills to keep up with the competition at any age. Call 1-800-DeVry-11 for a higher degree of success.
Sit. Spiky. Sit.
Come dice il Signore, siediti.
Fazoli's Duos for $2.99 and Fazoli's Trios for $3.99. With the Coke, they'll bring out the Italian in everyone.
Non rispettano.
Fazoli's, everyone's Italian.
I don't pretend to know much about hunger. I just know the facts. More than 8% of the people in our state struggle to put food on the table. That's over 350,000 people. That's hunger in Colorado.
9 Cares Colorado shares and the Broncos Wives Food Drive. 20 years of helping Colorado's hungry. 9 News and the Denver Broncos. Champions in the community.
Reviewing our last fiscal year, the numbers from January were slightly better than the numbers from February. However, the numbers in January were identical to the numbers in March. The numbers in April were slightly lower than the numbers in March, but identical.
Like playing games? Come to Best Buy, where you can play the latest video games and try out a lot of other cool stuff. Best Buy. Go ahead, turn on the fun.
Find your next job on 9news.com. Hi, I'm Greg Moss. 9 News and Recruiting Solutions are teaming up to offer a one-stop shop for job seekers and employers here in Colorado. The most up-to-date job source in the state offers listings from mega corporations to small companies. Thousands of people visit 9news.com every day. So whether you're looking for a job or trying to fill one, we can help. Go to 9news.com to find your next job, a one-stop employment resource for Colorado.
Conquering heart disease begins by going further. At the University of Colorado Hospital, world-renowned experts are revolutionizing heart care, pioneering non-surgical techniques to open narrowed valves, close abnormal openings, and prevent strokes. They're leaders in heart transplantation and innovators in advanced diagnostics. The University of Colorado Hospital and Anschutz Centers for Advanced Medicine, far beyond the ordinary.
Welcome back. Before tonight's game, Rod Smith had said this game has the significance of the Super Bowl. Let's hope not. Send it live to Tony Zarrella right now in Oakland. Tony.
Thanks, Rod. Al Wilson shaking Rod Smith's hand behind me, so that was a momentary interruption. Rod, you talked about the importance of this game yesterday with us, and obviously it puts you at 4-4 and in a big hole in the division.
As you said it. That's exactly where we at. Ain't nothing we can do about it now, but come back this week and try to get some of it back against the Chargers.
Yeah, you got another division team coming in, as you mentioned, on your home turf. You got back-to-back at home, and as Mike just, when he addressed you guys, really it falls on this team's shoulders or where you guys go from here.
Exactly. I mean, it ain't on the coaches. The coaches put us in great situations tonight to make plays, and for some reason we didn't get it done. I mean, we did some good things, but, you know, we definitely got to, you know, put more effort into it or something. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to definitely try to get it addressed. That's all we can do. I mean, we can't dwell on what happened because it's over, and there's nothing we can do about it. But we just got to go on a run, and it's going to start this week.
Did you feel in the third quarter when you came out with that great drive that all of a sudden you guys are back in there showing some offense again? And did you like your chances at that point?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think we did well on offense. I mean, a few times, you know, protection broke down. You know, Brian was, you know, didn't get enough time to make some plays. But for the most part, I think we ran the ball well. We know we picked up good yardage in the running game. We had to throw a little bit because we were behind, you know, but at the time, we got to get opportunities. We got to get more opportunities. Defense got to give us the ball back, you know, give us more opportunities. And they're out there working, they're trying, and it's just on their home turf. You know, we got to definitely have more opportunities than them, and we didn't get it. You know, they play well. You know, they're one of the best teams in the league, and they showed it. You know, you got to take your hat off to them. They made one mistake. You know, the whole game. I think they punted maybe twice.
Yeah.
You know, if
they didn't punt until the third quarter, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing like that offensively, it's kind of tough. You know, because we're sitting on the side watching. There's nothing we can do. But, you know, our defense is trying to step it up, and I'm sure we'll get it corrected this week.
They're 6-1. You're 4-4. Do you have to start thinking wild card at this point?
I don't know what you're talking about. We got to worry about the Chargers. We can't worry about no playoffs. If we keep playing the way we're playing, we'll be at home early January. You know, for the most part, we just got to worry about this week. You know, that's the most important week for us is this week.
Thanks, Rod Smith. Appreciate it. Rod Smith with 2 touchdowns tonight. And he won't want to talk about this, but with 67 receptions now sets an NFL record for the most receptions by a receiver through 8 games for obviously the Broncos. Rod, with other things on their minds at this point as they fall to 4-4. More coming up from the locker room in just a minute.
Okay, Tony, thank you very much. Once again, the Broncos fall to 4-4. And remember, last year they were at 500 too. In fact, the exact same record, 4-4. Went on to win 6 straight. Went on to make the playoffs. You want to see how it happened? You know, should we show the highlights? What do you think? Highlights, no highlights? You want to see some highlights? You know what? I think we've seen enough. Fans might say the same thing. Yeah. Not good. Thanks, Rod. You know, Raiders, though, I mean, the Broncos came out and played hard, and I bet you Mike Shanahan will say that. But the Raiders are an awfully good team. Rich Gannon has not thrown an interception since his 4th pass of the season in the opening game. So this is a good team they lost to, a very good team, probably the best team in the AFC.
I'm tired of hearing how they were owned by the Broncos.
Yeah, thanks. 7 in a row was enough for them, apparently.
All right, buddy. Thanks very much. Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. Have a good night. We'll see you on 9 News tomorrow.
Nine News can also be seen Monday through Friday at 10:30 p.m. on PAX TV, Channel 59, Channel 17 on cable.
9 News closed captioning is brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza, named 2001 Pizza Chain of the Year.